joining this kind of a project, we learned so much. Though from the inception, St. Aloysius College is started by Jesuits and it was a kind of an international institution. From Italy, the Milan province, the Jesuits came in 1880. It is one of the oldest institutions in our region. So it was started by them, and it has gone from progress to progress. I would like to explain where we were before coming to RISI project, and after taking up this RISI project, how we have moved forward. Some of those pictures of the college are here in the background, the facade, and also the inauguration of our RISI project in the past. And some of these distinctive achievements of St. Aloysius institutions. We are a NAAC accredited institution. It's 4 times we have completed. First cycle with A grade, second cycle with A grade. There's a significant improvement. Third cycle again there is an improvement. And fourth cycle was this year itself. In 2023, one of the best A++ grade with 3.67. That is achievement at St. Aloysius College. And NIRF ranking is another important auditor body that is also considered we are within 100 best institutions in the country, that too from a 3-tier institution. Like it is not out of the city like in Delhi or in Maharashtra, Mumbai or in Bangalore, but it is in Mangalore, one of the smallest cities where to get this kind of ranking. It's all because of the hard work of our faculty and students and everyone together. So RISI project has really placed us very important. That is Devas University. Bilbao happened to be another Jesuit institution, so that way collaboration and connects are very strong and helps us to do that for the future too. And with the DST FRIST program in 2017 with 95 lakhs, UGC Stride component in 2022, that was given to only one institution in Karnataka. We received it for 84 lakhs. It was a research-based transdisciplinary project, and a lot of research work was done. And college with potential for excellence, 2.3 crores that we received from the government. A DBT builder project that is going on at the moment. That's also another only institution in Karnataka to receive that 2.39 crores from the DBT builder project. And Green Institutional Mentor, our institution has about 1.5 to 2 acres of land in the heart of the city itself, meant for the forest and trees and like an arboretum and things like that. And Swachh Campus ranking, our college was recognized in the country itself, 3rd ranking in 2018. And then within Karnataka, we have got BT Finishing School with BICEP and Star Status Project by DBT again with 1.36 crores. And DDU Kaushal Kendra, there's a vocational studies. When the present Prime Minister in 2015 launched these programs, only 50 colleges in the country were chosen. And ours was one of the colleges they chose us. And also they gave us good amount of grants, about 3.65 crores grant was given, and it was initially free. About 5 to 10 particular trades were given to the students. And students are all doing very well with this project. They got very good placement and doing extremely well. So now coming to the Jesuit institution itself, I said we are international approach itself begins from there, from Spain itself. We have been there. That's why last time when we visited St. Ignatius Loyola. We went there and again connected with our roots. And Bilbao again with Pedro Arrupe, another general of the Jesuits. We connected to the roots again, the Spanish theologian, founded in 1540. And we are present in 112 nations and 6 continents. About 3,897 educational institutions are there. The philosophy of the Jesuits is very strong and very clear. That is concern for the others. That is where in Valencia, Pedro Arrupe made a statement that you are here to be men and women for and with others. I think that is where it is very, very strong to work for the others, work for the poor, and care for the individual, and it is person-centered curriculum. We have got about 7,000 students at St. Aloysius College, but there is a person-centered curriculum that we meet every individual, and that personal care is given. Care for the poor and the marginalized is another very strong part of our Jesuit mission. And Jesuits in India, we've got about schools, about 267, technical institutions, about 22, business institutions, about 16, and university colleges, about 58. Out of that, well, 3 of them have become university. Calcutta has become a university now, St. Xavier's, and Bhubaneswar has become university, St. Joseph's has become, and we are waiting. Yesterday, we got good news in UTC. Our proposal is clear. We're just meeting and could join the IAC, our friends there, to be also become a deemed university. That has been one of our ambitions and aspirations. Hopefully, that will be taken care soon. This the questionnaire that you have given. We are going one by one about the progress that we have made and our plans and our strategies. To begin with, international strategy. We had a number of memorandum of understanding. Now, current status in 2017-18, it was about 22 international. Now it has gone up to 36, significant improvement. And during this Rishi project itself, we had a number of such important collaborations. And we have got very good collaborations now in US, also with Pennsylvania and 2 other states in US. We are working at it, and strongly the teams are at work. And institutional internal strategy, based on that, we are proposing that conducting comprehensive stakeholder consultations. As Anna Maria yesterday said, the stakeholder, how it is important. And I think that is the most important part of it, and we are working on it. Constantly getting their feedback and surveys, and get to know what they would like. From Aloysius, every year about 600 students go abroad for their studies. And about 300 NRI students come there, about 6 countries the students study there. And when they come there, we would like to know what they would like to take it from us and to build up that international curriculum. That's why stakeholder surveys are taken, the focus groups are met constantly, the focus group discussion with experts. So these are all learning of our Rishi program. I think that is something significant learning that happened to us when we interacted with you all, and these are the things that we are putting into practice in our reality. And formation of strategy development committees. And these strategy committees are constantly meeting one another and giving us the feedback and document review and the gap analysis. What were the gaps? Like I said, though it was from the very inception itself an institution, international institution, but then over the years, it's also like localization. It completely rooted in the local culture. Though it was international, but then completely rooted in the local culture, and also gave them that kind of education in the local, and then push them to the internationalization. So that is where now we would like to see how we can do it also in the curriculum, how to get in there and support. That's why document review and gap analysis is being done, and external environmental scan that is from all over, because our students are all over. They're all over the world. You go to Australia, I've been to Australia, we find our students. You go to United States, in Europe, because it's 140 years now, 44th year, we find our students almost all the places. Now we are getting back to them, sending these letters to them and asking them now, because you are there, tell us what is the gap and how to bridge that gap and build on that. That is where we are strengthening. And strengthen the structure of the institutional offices. Dr. Ronald Nazareth is the director of national, domestic as well as international relations offices. So he is with his office, we are strengthening that office and building up the people around to see that development of an international office with the performance dashboard, so that we know how many students are studying elsewhere and how they can come back to the institution and also support. So organogram of the general administration that is taken care. The plans for the international students. The international students already those who come, and the other students who are coming in, and also how they can be placed outside and they can continue to their further studies. All those things, mapping is taking place. Plans for admission, the surveys and immigration, institutional ranking. We are also interested in QS ranking. We are also interested in Times India ranking, Times World ranking. All those things we are working at it strongly. And international promotion and office database. Database is the important thing that we are working on. And visiting the international universities for collaboration. So our teams have been visiting all over Europe. I personally, because I did my doctoral studies in Belgium for 4 years, so that's why I know most of the institutions in Belgium and other places. So we have been visiting constantly, further strengthen these literatures, and regular faculty-wise information related to international programs. Anything that we get to know immediately, we pass it on to the faculty and also the students. So that way, constant information that goes to them, so they can work on it. We have got a very strong buddy system. Buddy system is a student peer group. The student peer group identifies if anybody would like to do their further studies, any collaboration they require, or through our collaboration they would like to do their higher studies, or any placement abroad or whatever that they require. So this system helps a lot, and that's how we reach the lowest of the lower. So those people, they help us a lot to get in touch with us and their aspiration and interest, and we'll be able to fulfill their aspiration. That's how we move. And some of the programs that are already done at the institution is international mobility and internationalization of the institution culture. The international mobility with the staff and students. We had earlier also an Erasmus program from University of Namur, Belgium, another Jesuit institution where I did my studies. So one of our faculty was there about 5 months program, and I keep visiting it regularly. In the Universidad Católica de Valencia, we got a very strong collaboration. One of our students was there about 6 months there, and their team also came to St. Aloysius College. Our faculty members like Dr. Ashay Abraham from the Department of Biotechnology, Dr. Swapna Rose from the Department of MBA, Sharanya Ekman from the Department of Psychology. They visited that place, and we had a constant interchange of programs. And recently, Dr. Dennis Fernandez, he was there for 2 months in the Sunikot land. Just came and we brought him again here to talk to you, and just landed about a week ago. And along with him, another Dr. Rose also visited Sunikot land. They were there. They took one particular course of I think about 3 credits or 4 credits. I think they took that course and just completed that course and came back to India. So that way, constant. Earlier also our faculty had been there. From SUNY Kotland, about last 8 to 10 years, we have got a very strong connect, and the students also come from the month of January to May. They come for about 6 months. They also study. About 12 to 16 students are there regularly coming from there, and our people also going there. So that way, it's a regular collaboration that is happening. And the mobility programs with the UAC, their faculty members, we went there and they came to St. Aloysius College, and a short-term international induction program that we have. Our students went to Harriet Watt University in Malaysia, about 30 of them, and spent about a week with that university, came back and reached. And collaborative online international learning, that is COIL, is one of the best programs, I would say, with the University of Católica de Valencia. It's a virtual exchange program connecting students and faculty. So that was something very interesting. About 30 undergraduate students of psychology and speech pathology from both the collaborating universities took part and engaged in diverse peers through collaborative online teaching, learning, research, using technology and international curriculum, resulting in intercultural dialogue, deeper knowledge, broaden their perspective, international friendship was developed, and similarly cross-cultural the research also took place with this university. That was something very memorable. And how do we now strengthen and plan continuously? That is capacity building workshops for mobility coordinators. That is, I think, very important. Capacity building is very important. That is needed for us to see that constant exposure that happens. Creation of a mobility section on the college website itself. That's strongly that our people who would like to move regularly to take classes in these foreign universities, and others who are interested, or faculty or the student would like to study like the earlier ones. So they are put in touch with the people, and collaboration with international training organizations. So when you say capacity building, a lot of training has to happen to our faculty members, and that is constantly happening, and we continue to do that. Development of resource materials and guides. Again, that is another approach that we would like to continue with. Development of comprehensive mobility regulations. I think that is also very important for us to see how we can develop that part. Again, the stakeholders play a major role. The consultation workshops, since as I said, faculty members are moving constantly to different places, and students are moving. When they come back, the feedback helps us a lot, and the parents also are very happy with these kind of programs. Their feedback also helps us to generate further development of these programs. And then pilot implementation of regulations. I think when we do this more and more, regulations also are required for us, because otherwise the issues will come in. So how to do that, we are constantly working at it, and those plans also are in place. So international mobility and internationalization of the institution culture, regular compliance audits, because when you have constant moving with one institution to the other all over the world, I think this is very important. The compliances are excellent and needed, and we are working on it. Designing tailored mobility programs, and some of the programs are going well, but some, when they don't work well, I think we need to tailor it and customize it, and we are working on those things. And student competency assessments also. When we work with the other institutions, the competency assessments are very, very important to see that quality. We are not just connecting with any institution, we would like to connect with the best of institutions, and the quality assessment is needed, and implementation of staff exchange program. And at the moment it's happening, but then we would like to see that every year at least 15-20 of our faculty move out and then come back enriched. And we had a very good discussion with Dr. Dennis when he came back, how the system is, how things work there, which don't work in India, so that we would like to implement it immediately when they come back, and then they meet our faculty members, they share their experiences, and that's how things move very well for us. So that becomes part of internationalization. And monitoring program and implementation, that is another important thing that has to happen, because accountability is very important. Constantly monitoring and working on it is important. So international mobility, internationalization of the institutional culture, it's not just mobility happens, but post-mobility evaluation and feedback. That is the most important thing that happens on a regular basis, so that they come back and accountability is taken care. And establishment of joint research centers for or networks. I think that is another important point that we would like to stress. We have got already in many institutions joint research programs are going on, as I mentioned earlier, but then we would like to increase those research programs, because as a university we need to have more and more research programs and creation of knowledge at the same time, not to lose the local part of it. That has to continuously work on, and cross-institutional teaching exchanges. That has to happen, because when we do is part of the Rishi program also, we see that our institution is getting that understanding, but see that our local institutions also constantly get that. So cross-institutional teaching and cross-institutional research seminars are going on a regular basis. Implementing short-term study abroad programs also are equally important. The third point, that is modernization of learning, teaching and assessment programs, student-centered and competency-based learning. The pillar of St. Aloysius College, with GSV College and the Bangalore Jesuit Education Society, the philosophy itself is the knowledge, the skills, and the values, the very strong values. That's why we got trust in 3 areas. That is academic excellence and character formation and social concern. All 3 go together at all times. That's why the attitude of a student also can be formed. So it is participative, experiential, and problem solving. So constantly we are moving in that direction. So student-centric teaching learning methods, for example, is a participative. All the time our education system is very participative. The students are made to work with the faculty, with their peers and others, so that constantly they learn. And whatever they learn, they get back to the, again, curriculum. And that's how the curriculum is enriched on a regular basis. Experiential learning. Our students visit the industries, our students visit the local area, the poor and other localities, and learn and come back. And that's how we also enrich our curriculum. And we have got constant the problem solving. Any problems, film reviews, for example, newsletters, case study analysis, and creative problem solving, root cause analysis, all those studies, because when they visit something, they have to come back and work on this. So that way it helps them a lot. And ICT-enabled teaching learning tools, we have completely integrated this. We have got our own learning management system, and that takes care of all our very important problems in the institution. That's how during the COVID time, I think in that region also our institution was not affected. So we could, since we had all these tools with us, we could continuously work on this, and it has helped us a lot. And these tools are a great support. Now, how do you develop this curriculum design? A very fact I said, internationalization, we get also the feedback from the experts from international universities. Since you have got already collaboration with 36 international universities, we write to them and they give us the feedback, and it goes like this. So one feedback, that is data, draft syllabus by the department, and curriculum planning and evaluation committee, that gives again curriculum advisory committee also gives a suggestion, and it is approved by the BOS and academic council and the governing body. Again, the curriculum is enriched by the program action plan, stakeholders feedback, core values of higher education and industry and global trends. So it's a constant movement, and that's how we learn a lot and take it forward. And the courses addressing to local, national, regional and global development needs also, we have assessed them and see almost about 75% of them almost like localization. Local also we have got about 77% and global also about 75%. So we see that this constant mapping happens so that internationalization is very much part of our curriculum and is taken care. And integrating of the cross-cutting issues in the curriculum also is taken care. Like professional ethics, about 129 courses, gender studies, human values and environment and sustainability. I think that's very important. As an institution, we always say common home, and how do we take care of this common home is very, very important. And these kind of courses are taken place. Now we have got number of add-on skills which are given to students. About 130 of the certificate courses are designed by our faculty members. They are both online and offline, and it is compulsory. We made it mandatory for all the first years and second years to complete at least 2. Each year they have to work on one certificate course, and they have to continue their studies. So that will help them a lot to build their own confidence, and learning happens through these programs, and that has helped them a lot. So coming to our future planning in this area, the modernization of learning teaching assessment program is a student-centric and competency-based learning. So curriculum mapping for internationalization. So we have worked on it constantly, and integration of global perspectives in courses. As I said, local perspectives that we have taken care, now the global perspectives. How do we also integrate in our curriculum? Development of international elective courses. Also we are working on it, and the creation of a unified common space for curricular internationalization. That's another idea, and in the identification of diverse learning methods. Today the methods are very diverse. How do you really integrate all such methods are another important area. Experiential, participatory and problem-solving methodology already we have, I explained to you, but then strengthen that area. And similarly, interaction of the task force. How do you work on the task force? And that's also another plan that we have. Synergies with the territorial context. Based on the programs that we have, research and ethics, research projects and collaboration, and funds and research culture, experiential learning approach, and research publications. And we have a number of such programs in the college with workshops and certificates in teaching excellence. All our faculty, when they join, they've got about 30 hours of teaching excellence program. That's also again connected with internationalization, how our college works on, all those informations are given to them, and also they. So 3 levels of module programs we have got: the foundation program, the intermediate program, and the trainer program, where the faculty who gets involved in that learn and also train the others. And that's how it happens constantly. So learning happens even for the faculty on a regular basis. And staff support programs. We have got financial support for the staff from the management itself, from the government agencies. And also we recognize awards are given to the faculty. Awards also are given to the alumni. We have got every month best faculty of the college, best alumni of the month, best student of the month. So it enhances their ability, and they feel like doing more to the institution. So that is a progress. And extension activities. I think that is the strength of our institution. We have got undergraduate and postgraduate students. Undergraduate is a mandatory 40 hours of work that they need to put in the villages and their neighbors, and about 5-day village stay for the postgraduate students. So they are sent to a village. Now at the moment they are in a faraway village. The calls come to us regularly saying that we are not interested to go, we find it difficult, we can't stay there. We have been telling them that is part of the curriculum, that you have to go there, and after 2 days no complaints. When they come back, they are so happy. They say, we have learned so much from there and we would like to go back and support. And then they become policy makers tomorrow. So they learn. That's how I think the constant growth happens from the institution. And the impact we can see, a lot of impact. From the last 15-20 years we have been doing it, and very good impact in the society at large. And we have got students in every association. We have got more than about 70 associations. Every student, when they join itself, are placed in one association or the other. That's where about only 40 or 50 students will be there. When they are there, what happens, they get an opportunity to organize something, talk something, and so when they come to our institution, they are very weak or they are not confident. When they go out after 3rd year, you can see bubbling with joy because they get opportunities everywhere. Once they get opportunities, they discover themselves and come back and also help the others. Initiatives for inclusive environment. So we have got lots of cultural activities. We have got our own Ranga Adhyana Kendra. From there, our students have to put up at least 5 plays every year in the English language, local language, and other languages. So they learn, and our own faculty members also support inclusive environment in terms of the activities that we have. We got our own community radio that we have. We support the poor, and the certificate courses in the languages. We offer these languages: French, German, English, Hindi, Spanish also is offered, and now it's missed here. Online internet certificates in Konkani, Portuguese, Spanish, Zulu, Bari, and Mandarin. That happens constantly. Okay, so that way we get connected, and we have got a very good cartoon photograph of this Ajja. We call him as Samosa Ajja. He's been selling samosas from the last 50 years in the campus. So that's an encouragement for him, and a lot of other activities, like the students are very happy with this kind of program that are happening. They are very inclusive, and student development programs with industry academia, that was a weak point. We built up now strongly with industry academia, constantly having these kind of interactions, and we have TED Talks now. Last 2 years ago we started with TED Talks. We have got international speakers coming to these TED Talks, and one of the speakers, we make it mandatory for our students to get in there, and every year we choose one of the present student as well as one of our alumni who is famous. He is also coming from abroad, and he gives a talk so that the students understand and also build on such kind of important activities. The student development program, like we have got a knowledge factory. This happens online, the TED Talk happens offline, and the best of people from the country are chosen, and they give talks online. And student development programs like international webinars are happening because we've got video conference facilities in many places. Student development programs that happen on a regular basis, and student support for research and innovation. That's another area that we are concentrating a lot. And entrepreneurship development. Other than the placement, our interest is also in the entrepreneurship. How do you see that the students come up with startups when they are in the college itself? Like one of the students from Northeast, Manipur student was with us. He started this momos, selling the momos. So he makes almost about 1.5 lakhs per month. And he has got a group of students who are not very rich. So they come together, they pay the fees, and also build up a culture. So he said within another 10 years, he would like to become a unicorn. So that is his aspiration. So we have got this environment, incubation centers, we have got a lot of programs for supporting Aloysius. So they say make in Aloy, so make in India, so make in Aloy, that kind of a concept I very strongly built up. And intellectual property cell we have. How do we now work on this territorial context is establishing a global advisory board that we are working on it. And establish international partnerships. We have got now the local ones. Even in entrepreneurship also, we would like to build on that. Hosting the international conferences every year, we have got at least 3-4, but we would like to increase that and see that the international speakers come regularly. Development of language and cultural competency programs. And organizing entrepreneurship training programs also on a regular basis, and synergies with the territorial context, like establishing incubation and support mechanisms, international mentoring program for entrepreneurs, that is important, because many of our entrepreneurs, our own board students, they are abroad. How do you do that mentoring part of it? That is very important. Then organizing international knowledge exchange fora that we have on a regular basis, organizing industry, academy and networking events on a regular basis, and community outreach programs. We would like to develop, we already developed about 10 villages completely by Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. So we would like to constantly develop such villages and establishing technology transfer office to these places. So that way constantly the internationalization happens on a basis. The visibility itself, St. Aloysius College has a beautiful chapel. I keep saying, like, people from all over the world come. So I kept calling Nasir and Ivan, Anna Maria. I'm sure they'll come to Aloysius, including Alfred and Gerard also. So you can see this is, other than Rome, is only place completely painted chapel. Like Sistine Chapel is also painted chapel. People come from all over the world. It is with frescoes, canvases and tempera. It is done by Antonio Moschini. He took about 2.5 years. And now it's become a heritage center in the country. Every 20 years, we see that this is re-established and restored intact from Delhi. The team comes here. They spend about 1.5 years they stay in the place and develop. We spend almost about 2 to 3 crores every year in every 20 years in establishing that. We've got our own the museum, which I said about 140 years. So museum started in 1913. After that, the best of things, first car of Bangalore also is there in that museum. So one of the best museums that we have. So that helps the students and others to understand. Similarly, we've got community radio. We got the best awards in the national level, at least 3 awards from there itself for various important programs. And Kastur Rangan, where Chetan and all were together, so he had come to our college and regularly, and a prominent alumni of the college, the cricketer KL Rahul, the present cricketer also, he plays in the team. He is from there. You name Arvind Adiga, the Booker Prize winner, and then Defense Minister of the former country, and best cardiologist Devi Prasad Shetty. All of them are old students, so they keep coming and regularly inspire. And that's another visibility that happens. Research level also, good research impact factor journals that we're publishing with 13.89 with 5 point and above. So always we encourage our students and faculty to publish in good recognized journals. And visibility through development of a comprehensive visibility policy document that we would like to develop now, internationalize, and development of a communication guidelines within the mobility regulations, and also media cell engagement for visibility, social media campaigns for global outreach, and conducting communication training sessions, and also creating internal communication platforms, and building up with open access publications and online repositories. So another part of it also, we would like to see that it continuously becomes collaborative. As we move on, I think the collaboration is the key, and such research partnerships that we would like to build up, inter-collaborative publications, and also joint authorship policies. We already have this consortia within India itself. About 8 colleges we come together from different states. So regularly research exchange programs happen there. Similarly, we want it in an international level also, similar kind of programs, and cultural exchange program, recognition and awards for international collaborations, and funding for international collaborative research. I think that's another important area that we would like to work on. So we have combined the last part of it, that is sustainability and financial plans. We have got a very strong research base, and based on that, we have funding agencies which helps us. As I said, DBT has helped us with 136 lakhs, and DBT FIST, we got all these very good science advanced research instruments for the college, and also another project with the UGC Stride with about 14 local research programs were taken up, and they are all published now in a book form. Support by the non-government agencies also. Our alumni, once they finish their 50 years, they come back as a batch. Almost about 100 of them come back every year, and they give us a crore. One batch gave us about 1.75 crores. So that way we build our instrumentation centers and other. So it comes as a great help as an endowment, also funds for the people around. So sustainability and financial plans for the future also we have. Institutionalizing international collaborative platforms that develop, and also integration of global perspectives in strategic planning. Within India, we have been able to generate a lot of funds, but outside India, how do we develop? That is also important. We work on that, and long-term partnership agreements with many institutions and integration of sustainable practices in curriculum, and also continuous professional development on internationalization, and the establishing a global affairs office that is important for us, and also see that endowment fund for internationalization. The constant movement of our faculty and the people around, we require an endowment fund, so we are working on that. And sustainability financial plans, the periodic review and the evaluation that happens, alumni engagement in internationalization, because we have got so many of them all over, we are getting the data of them, and with that data we are working on it, and establishing a dedicated international projects office where you can get strong funds regularly, and also capacity building for financial management. That's another important factor. We can't sit, we need to constantly work on it. We need also the trained faculty to work on it. Dedicated legal and financial advisory support in these spaces, and also grant writing workshops and training has to happen on a regular basis, and establishing strategic partnership with funding agencies abroad. So this is another important work that we have had. So reimagining has helped us a lot. So we have a number of such programs with the reimagining, Rishi programs, I would say, that has helped us so much to think beyond. And the number of programs that we had it with Rishi projects that I'm just mentioning here, objectives and plans with curriculum internationalization, reimagining. We had a number of programs from the beginning that we had feedback that was taken, and they're very happy with the way that these programs were organized at St. Aloysius College. With the curriculum internationalization, we are in touch with many, many institutions all over India. So that's another approach that has happened with collaboration. And also curriculum internationalization, regular these workshops have helped us. A number of people have benefited from these workshops, and they're very happy that we are organized at St. Aloysius College and would like to continue. So I would like